So now I can easily go into Android Auto. I have maps, I have my music, I've got everything including my WhatsApp. So this is a nice box for the smartphone integration kit, and just go ahead and open it now. Again, nice packaging. Everything is neatly organized. You get these two papers. One is the one that is pointing out the importance of making sure that we have the aux button on the stereo activated before we start working on the actual installation. And we go through all of this. And then they also provide the integration kit wiring diagram, as you can see. Let's get ready for the installation. So we'll be activating the auxiliary mode, and the first step we need to do is press the start button. I'm going to try to do this with both hands. It's basically you press the hang up button, 1, and the pound button all at the same time. Hold the buttons for 6 to 7 seconds and you come into the engineering mode. We will scroll down to number 7, which is the hardware setting. And then we will go down to 7.5, which is the TGW parameter. And at this stage, it is important to take a picture of this page, as everything has to be returned to original or the same settings once you activate the auxiliary. Otherwise, you will not have sound. I'm reading this specific exactly off of the instructions. So I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to take a picture. Then we go ahead, after taking the picture, turn off most. And then we will go back and enter 7.7 in HU parameter. We will set the audio aux to on. We will go back to 7.5 TGW parameter and turn most back to on. At this point, we need to look at the picture that we took and set everything to the way it was in this section before in terms of amp and all the other settings. Every car is different, and that is why this is very important. After setting everything up back to the way it was as in the picture, I see in my case number 5 UCI was installed, and now I do not have an option to install it, but I will go ahead and exit the menu and end. To end the session, you need to go back to this second, you push this down and you will see the menu change in page 2. Come down and press to hit end. At this stage, we will go ahead and exit the vehicle for 15 minutes. We'll turn the car off and step out for 15 minutes. Otherwise, these changes will not take effect. It has been 15 minutes, so I'm going to step in the car now and check if everything is working the way it's supposed to. And what I've done is gone into audio, and I'm looking at all the options that I had before, and I see aux in here as well. So that I know works. I am going to go ahead and check if my Bluetooth audio works. So as of now, everything that is supposed to work seems to be working after those changes. So the first step is going to be to take this panel removal tool and remove the trim along the edges. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll come back. And this should come off easily. As you can see, Step 2 is going to involve removing the HVAC panel here. Again, we can use the pry tool and go in right here. I've already removed it, but all we need to do is go in right here and start removing it. And as you can see, we got that out. Let's look inside here and see what it looks like, and I can see everything is connected. As you can see, this is fairly simple. You've got these clips right here, these ones right here, and then 4 clips. There's one on the other end as well. The next step is going to be taking our T20 Torx screw and opening these right here. Once you've got the Torx screws out, what you need to do is, I'm going to try to see if I can get the better angle. You can just pull these down. This will allow you to pull the head unit out, and it comes out fairly easily. It's not, as you can see, it's all loose. And then once you've got it out, the first thing you're going to do is remove this connector right here. I'll just kind of pull it out and see if I can get a better angle so you can see it. It's right here. So you can see it, I'm just pointing it out right there. Here's a better angle. So we're going to remove this. I'm just going to try to see. Yep. So this connector, I removed it. So this goes in right here and right in here. So you have this quad lock right here that goes in here. That's where it sits. You need to pull it down. So pull this down, and I'm going to show you here on the one that they give you. So this is how it sits. That's how it's plugged in. And what you need to do is pull it down to pull it open. So you have to unplug this fiber optic cable. And to do this, there's a clip right here. This is where it goes in. If you can see where my thumb is, you use a prying tool and pull it in, and this comes out fairly easily. And then you take this and you put it into the harness that's been provided by GTA. After removing this cable, this video cable gets connected to the cable that's been provided by in the kit. So that's this is what it looks like. And the other end will go into the unit itself. And the good thing is they're clearly labeled. So this is going to the OEM monitor. This is the one that's going to go into the OEM radio, and this is going to go into the module. And it says right here. These 3 wires are going to go into the unit. So we will drop them back in there and feed them through to the HVAC system, and then we'll go ahead and put the radio back in. So as you can see, we've put it in. I haven't really put this back together, but we've pulled the wires out, and then we're going to connect them to the unit. So when you're putting the radio back, make sure that you guide the quad lock towards the driver's side so you'll have enough space. Don't forget about this wire that we had taken out in the beginning when we were disconnecting, and connect this back. So now we've got the module, and we're going to connect the power cable to the right here. As you can see, the power cable is going to go here. So we make sure that the power cable goes into the module and the power. The CAN right here, and to the LVDS is this one right here. And we'll connect them both. All 3 of them. Make sure that the settings in the back, at least for this model, has to be turned to 5. It has to be turned on, and all the rest have to be off, otherwise it's not going to work. The final 2 steps in the process are going to be to take this USB cable and connect it, and in my case what I'm going to do is I will be routing it from here and pulling it from underneath here, right from here, because I don't want to drill any holes, and then finally connect the Wi-Fi cable and put it back together. The next step involves taking the GTA quad lock and, with the quad lock open, putting it back in here, and then taking this end from the GTA and connecting it into the factory quad lock here. And when you're connecting it to the GTA quad lock, their end, make sure that these pins align with the factory female pins. So now everything is plugged in. It took me a while to fish this wire through here since I didn't want to make a hole. And now we're going to take all of this and then try to push it back in there and connect the HVAC and then test the system. I can go into the maps, I can go into my YouTube music and go into my settings, and here we go. And then if I want to go back home, as you can see, I can exit. I've got all the functionalities available to me in terms of Android Auto. I can just exit and can exit again, and I'm back into the car's navigation system. So now I can easily go into Android Auto. I have maps, I have my music, I've got everything including my WhatsApp.